So now I'm going to show you how to add your own code in as an action inside VIP. If you look at one of the other videos, you can convert a flow itself into an action, but you may well have some code that is commonly used in your organization, or you want to create an API that we don't have, for one of your own internal interfaces. And what you'd like to do is just expose that so you can interact with it just like any of the other activities inside VIP. So you'll see here installed add-ons. We don't have any at the moment. We've already got some flow add-ons, which we've done in a separate video. If you go to the examples and go to is prime, you will see in here a little Visual Studio project. So I'll just double click on that. I've got the community edition installed, which is pretty much all you need. And let's go and have a look to see what we actually have in here. So the first things first is let's have a look at the prime number add-on. So here we've got prime number add-on. So here we've got prime number check. Let's just have a look at it. If we go, we'll see here prime number check. Now this is actually some C# code. It doesn't particularly matter which language it is. It could be Visual Basic or whatever. It's the same concept no matter what. Now you'll see in here that basically this is a little piece of code I found on the internet, which is going to check to see if a number is a prime number. And then it's also going to go and find me the next available prime number if it isn't a prime number. So you'll see in here we've created a class which is you've got to think of this as the arguments that we're going to be passing in. So we've got public class prime number details, and then we're setting these up then as the return object, which then becomes the function parameters that get passed in, all standard C# stuff. And then I've created a namespace called prime number check, like so. Okay, so that's a function, and we could just go off and just do a build on that, and that's going to create that up as a function. But then what I've also done is created a little console, and the console is just in effect going to be calling the function. So let's have a look at that. So here is standard classes check prime. You'll see that we've used the namespace prime number check, like so, which has come from the namespace that we've created up here. So you can see that I'm just doing some very basic console testing. Now the advantage of this is it just proves that you can actually just call this as a sort of single API concept, and allows you to test it before you put it inside the VIP add-on. So let's just go. So we've got prime number check, prime number CS. If we just do this now and do a build, I'll just rebuild the solution. That's just rebuilt it, and then let's just go off and go to prime number console, go into the bin release, and we're just going to open up PowerShell, and you'll see now we have an executable. So I can just do prime number console.exe and put in number 12. This is now going to run the console. Is 12 a prime number? No, it isn't. The next number is 13. We just type 13. Yes, it is, and the next one is 17. So you can see we've created this little console app, and it's just a good practice just to make sure that you can call it correctly, just using a simple console app. You could probably just adjust this one, and then also you're bringing back the details, from the is prime. So over here you'll see is prime. Local prime number details is prime, and then the next prime. So those are actually coming back from the prime number details here, which is basically the parameters that are being passed back in here into local number prime number details, like so. So that's the return values. So far we've got the actual code itself in the prime number console. What you also need to do, so over here what we had to do in the references, we had to go and actually add in. So here you'll see we've got prime number check, so you just go and do add reference, and then you make sure that you're adding that reference into the console. So that's just transferring in effect the DLL being passed into it, like so. Now we move into actually converting and creating an add-on. So if we come in here, we've got prime number add-on. Now this is very standard, so you can pretty much take this as is and almost fill in the variables that you want. So here we've got an add-on group, which is prime number, add-on name is prime, and next prime. All of these things are, for example, this is going to be the hover, so as you hover over it, it's going to tell you what that number is. Here we're also seeing using prime number check. You'll also see in the references we've actually included the prime number check using the same methodology. We just clicked on add reference, like so. And you're working your way down, you're seeing descriptions, categories, in arguments, that's the number to check, and then you've also got your out arguments defined, which come from the prime number details, which are actually the two values that are being passed in. And then we've just literally put in a few log messages as well, just to actually make sure it's all passing in and out. And what we're doing is we're using the context concept here to actually just drive the data in through. So it's very standard. All you're really going to be doing is just probably changing the name of your add-on here and the name of your parameter block really, and then just maybe creating a few variables just to check that it's passing in and out like so. So now if I go off, and again I'll just rebuild it, and what you'll do now is you'll come over to back to here, and if you just go to is prime, and let's go to prime number add-on, back to bin, go to release, and just do a sort date modified. Now there's a few things you need here. You're going to pull out the prime number add-on DLL. Let's just open up another folder here. And what we're going to we'll go back to VIP. It's probably easier to do that. If you just go into VIP and just say open program data, you will see in there that we're opening the VIP program data folder, and we've got add-ons in there. So if I just go back to my file explorer, copy that add-on, let's just pop it in here. That's the first thing. You also have to then just put in the lib folder as well. So you need to go back, and the lib folder is the actual DLL of the prime number check, which has also been created. It was also called by the console app, and if you just pop that into the library and do paste, so we end up with one in the add-ons, which is this one here. You can see the direct calling ones which we did earlier, and the prime number check. Now if I just close down VIP and reopen it, what you'll see down the left hand side is prime number. So that's now come in. You might want to group your extensions into, so obviously here add-on group is prime number. Depending on how you've defined that, that's going to be the name of that folder that's going to appear. And now you've got is prime and next prime. So if I just do file, actually what I'll do is I'll just open a flow already, which I've got in program data. So here, what I've done, let's just have a look. The advantage of opening this one is it's got the variables already defined. So I'm passing in prime number details, scope is prime, arguments my number, like so, and then I'm passing log activity is prime, and my results next prime. The variable type is prime number details. Okay, so that would be basically when you browse for your type, you're now going to see prime number details is available in there. So so that's basically all we've done. We've literally just dropped that onto the palette, and you've got the number to check, which could say be 23, or if we just click on add output property values, it's going to, you should then create that, and it's defined it actually correctly with the prime number details actually already defined there. So that's a nice little trick if you ever just quickly want to create a variable. Just do add output property value variables. So if I just run this, actions execute, results false 37. Let's just look at the arguments I was defining 33. So let's just put in say 39. Let's see if that's a prime number. And let's just execute it. It's a false, and the next number is 41. So hopefully you can see it's very easy to be able to add these extensions in, just popping the values into from the Visual Studio Output Bin release. You'll find the DLL for the add-on and the DLL for the library. Okay, and then as long as you've got these set up correctly, then it should appear nicely inside the palette. If you make a mistake, then all you've got to do is remove those DLLs and just open and close VIP, and you can just try again. That's it for today.